All right, so last night when I couldn't sleep, it was about 11. I made a big long post about the different things I've tried and what works and things that haven't worked, and most things haven't worked. But it's just my brain, man. It's just ADHD, and it never ever stops. It never stops, never slows down, and that's all right. I've learned to manage it. I didn't really have any issues with like fatigue or anything. I've always worked weird shifts. I worked years of my life doing night shifts, and I go back to day shifts. Now I go back to working night shifts again, so I don't know what it is, but ultimately it's this ADHD, and it's just doesn't want your mind to calm down. So for many, many years, I took NyQuil, and NyQuil, man, that goo, you can sleep good with some NyQuil. But found out a few years ago I have stage 3 chronic kidney disease, and it fluctuates between 2 and 3, and it's pretty stable. So it was not the NyQuil that caused it, but the acetaminophen, whatever, the Tylenol in it. It's not good for your kidneys. So I no longer take it unless I'm absolutely desperate, and we're talking maybe once every 2 or 3 months, take a little hit. But anyway, so gotten away from that. Benadryl makes me feel like I'm drugged up all the next day. We've had, what's the other one? Oh, I talked about melatonin. Melatonin will knock me out, man. 3 milligrams, done. But the problem is with that I'm awake and ready to roll at 3 a.m. and it feels like I didn't sleep at all. So that doesn't help me. And I've done so many. I'm not going to sit here and list everything. First of all, I'm not going to remember most of it. Secondly, it's just, suffice it to say, I have yet to find anything that really does a great job medication-wise, other than my sweet NyQuil. Anyway, that's a love affair story for another day. So what I do now that works, first of all, I just don't try to go to sleep until I'm tired. You know what I mean? As long as I can get 6 hours of sleep a night, I'm good to go. I never really struggled with this, beforehand. I didn't put a lot of thought into the not sleeping thing until I got this chronic fatigue thing after the little bug that went around 5 years ago. And it's just been with me ever since. So I have to make sure I do get at least 6 hours of sleep every night now. And what I do, I've done all the guided meditations, the different frequencies of sleep, sleep sounds, white noise. I do always sleep with some sort of background noise anyway, but now I just listen to a mundane podcast, a boring, show of some sort, that's playing on my phone, and just kind of something I'm not super intrigued by. And I just sleep with that. That really helps. Now to fall to sleep, what I have to do is this cool little trick. I read it somewhere and it really works. I don't know when it was I read it. Sometime in the last year or so. It's probably speaking of Reddit, probably on a Reddit post. But it really, really works. And it works really good. Sometimes it takes longer than other times, but once I'm tired, I lay down, I'm ready to go to sleep. Oh, and by the way, I'll get to that. By the way, I'm telling you right now, you guys can offer me suggestions. I love it. I'm always open to something new I haven't found yet. But this is not related to like modern day technology. I've had this issue since I was a teenager, and it's always been with me. So this was well before the time of, 5G and cell phones and all these different things. But I have done the hot sauna thing. I've done red light glasses. I've been a science experiment. You should see my storage unit right now. It's full of science experiments. So that's not going to play into this. I know that's everybody's first go-to, but that's not it. It's not saying it helps anything now, but it's definitely not the cause of it. Okay. So, what I do now is I just come up with these random numbers, letters, images, whatever the case is in my mind. And I trick my mind into not knowing what it is that's going to be next. So I'll lay in bed and I'll think something just out of the blue, so I'll go beach, 3, 9, R, 7, 6, shed, you know, and then just random stuff from there. And I'll just keep it up, and it'll be random. I'll make sure there's no order to it whatsoever. If I start getting in an order, then my mind starts wandering. But my mind's not allowed to wander whenever I'm doing this randomness. And it's just like, for whatever reason, it shuts out all the other noise and I fall asleep, and it works. It works really good. So even times when I'm like, okay, let's say it's midnight, 1 o'clock, I have to go to sleep. I have to be functional tomorrow. Then I'm still wide awake, you know, I'll make myself do that. And it definitely takes longer, you know, but it works. And eventually my mind, it doesn't allow anything else to come into my mind to distract me. No world problems I'm trying to figure out. No, you know, financial stuff going through my head. No ideas for my next big project. No hyperfixation on hobbies. It just all goes goodbye. All I'm thinking about is just this random sequence that makes no sense whatsoever. And then I would just eventually wake up the next morning good to go. So I don't take any sleep medications anymore. Like I said, it's very rare that if I was to do anything, it would just be NyQuil, because for whatever reason, I sleep good with NyQuil. I wake up the next morning feeling good, but it's not good on my kidneys. So I don't do it. If I ever do, it's maybe, like I said, once every 3 months. I mean, I've got to be desperate, you know, and nothing else is working. But yeah, so I don't know. I hope that helps somebody. It's a super long video. I'm going to see if there's any way to cut it down. 7 minutes for me talking about my sleep is a little crazy. But anyway, love you guys. Bye.